Hey there, welcome to Heart of Michi, and it is your host, Michelle, and today I wanted to talk about ENFP weaknesses, how to work on them, and why they are important to work on as an ENFP. So, for anybody who wants to work on themselves as an ENFP, or even just as a human being in general, these tips might just help you out to do so. Though I am speaking most specifically to other people of the same personality type as me, since these are things that have helped me throughout the years, and I want to share them with other ENFPs so that they may also better themselves. So, first and foremost, and I think all ENFPs can agree on this one, disorganization. Our biggest problem is often disorganization. That's not to say that we cannot clean and that we cannot organize. However, to keep clean, to keep organized, these are the things that are hard because as an ENFP, you're always thinking about the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. So why should you be recurrently taking care of the things around you when you have things much greater than this now that you need to pay attention to, such as the next social gathering or the next great idea or the next big project? You know, all these things take priority over little things, such as keeping yourself organized. And I have to tell you that a little bit of routine and a little bit of organization are very helpful in terms of getting things done and following through. So, if you keep the apartment clean, the place where you live, it gives a sense of ease. It's off your mind. You don't have to think about it. The dishes are done. The bed is made. You don't need to worry about it anymore. You don't need to put it off. It's already done. Now you can truly focus on what you need to get done. And then your house isn't going to be a pigsty, okay? I've been there. My apartment, it used to be you couldn't walk anywhere without stepping on anything. That's not a healthy way to live, and it's not a healthy way to be. It's not fun to live in mess constantly. So please clean up your mess regularly. The more you do it, the easier it is, the less time it takes. 10 minutes every day will save you hours and hours and hours on the weekend. Please listen to me. This is so true. Another way to organize is through prioritization of your time. So you have your list of projects, you have your list of things that you want to get done. You need to go through and figure out what ones need to be done sooner and what things need to be done later, so that you can get it all done and you can feel fulfilled and accomplished. And I know that a lot of the accomplishment comes from the feeling of the idea, the feeling of doing it, and not always following through, but believe me, you will appreciate it if you do follow through. Your ideas will be more than just ideas. They will be tangible. They will be something that you can show to other people. They're not just some abstract idea in your mind. You can give them to people, show them to people. Oh, anyway, number 2 of ENFP weaknesses, indecision. Indecision is a hard one to talk about because I still struggle deeply with this. Something that's really helped with my indecision is the first one that I mentioned, which is getting organized. It makes it a little bit easier to make decisions. But the first thing that I would have to say in order to make decisions is to trust your gut and to trust your intuition. When you sit here thinking back and forth, is this good, is this bad, is this good, is this bad, all you're doing is hurting yourself. You need to feel your body. The first thing that comes to your head is usually the right thing. And as you get to know your heart better, you will understand when your heart is acting out of fear or acting out of intuition. There are 2 different feelings, and once you can separate the 2, that will really help you with your decision-making process. That also being said, don't doubt your decisions. Whatever decision you make, stick with it, or change it to a better one if you have to. However, don't go back and forth, okay? That doesn't help you, that doesn't help the people around you, that just makes you stuck and in the same place. And as an ENFP, the last thing that you ever want to do is feel stuck, believe me. I am a type of person who feels stuck if I'm doing something for too long. Like, that could be hanging out with people too long, that could be by myself too long, that could be working on an art project too long, that could be writing too long. Anything that I do, if I do it too long, I get bored of it and I need something new. So, with Indecision, you can start multiple projects on a day, right? But just can make sure that the next day, if you don't finish it, work on it again, okay? Get it done. You will feel good if you follow through. Believe me. It seems hard, it seems like a lot of work, but it truly is worth it to follow through, and you will learn to find joy in your finished products, if you don't already. Okay, that brings us to problem number 3, weakness number 3. Honest to a fault. I know I'm not the only ENFP that has let slip something that they didn't mean to say, and there's no taking it back. It's too late. It's already been said out loud. I really recommend thinking before you speak, and sometimes it's hard to do that because you're in the middle of a heated conversation. But if you recognize that a conversation is heated, take a step back, try to listen, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Because one of the worst feelings for me is when I say something that I don't mean, when I say something wrong. And that really comes from thinking before you speak. For me, it really helps to write things down, hence my notes. But don't just speak without thinking all the time. It really can put you in a hard place. Like, people, if you want people to respect you and respect your opinions, please, 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 please think before you speak. And finally, that brings us to the final weakness of an ENFP. The final weakness, or weakness number 4, is helping others so much that you neglect yourself. I think this may be one of the biggest issues for most ENFPs that I have ever met. We want the good for everyone and all things so much that we neglect what we need for ourselves. It's like almost contrived altruism that we have, where we're just like, I'm going to take care of everybody else. Myself doesn't matter. Well, you know, the funny thing is, if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot help anybody. If you get sick, you can't go out and help somebody who needs to go to the hospital. Like, you're sick. You need somebody to take you. I highly recommend opening up and being honest with people when you need help. I know that I have trouble with this. When I feel upset, it's hard to reach out. It's hard, but you just have to do it. You have to take care of yourself. And sometimes that means prioritizing your activities. If you sign yourself up to hang out with somebody 5 days out of the 7 days in your week, you know, you're not going to be getting very much done that you want to get done unless these people want to do the same things as you. And if you're not with people that want to get the same things done, you're not going to get what you need to get done. Okay? Help others when you can, but also help yourself. Find the balance. Balance. Can I say it again? Balance, ENFPs. Find balance. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say to all you ENFPs out there and anybody else who might struggle with any of these same issues. These, like I said, are just things that I have done over the last 5 to 6 years since I found out that I was an ENFP. I've been working on these things. But really, last and most importantly, trust your heart. Learn to listen to your heart. This is your intuition. This is the thing that tells you this is the right thing to do. This is a combination of your observations of the world and your observations of your internal emotions. And together you make decisions. When you make decisions based off one or the other, you often hurt yourself or hurt other people. Listen to your heart, please. Learn to listen to it at least. Learn to at least hear it. Anyway, I am rambling up a storm,